Hey, everybody. This is Steven Singer here with a very short, I hope, but heartfelt message for you on this Sunday. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for reading my blog, for buying my book, for following me on Facebook and Twitter and reading the stuff I put out there. Um, I'm a public school teacher who writes an education blog and tries to stay sane in America. That's pretty much me. Also a father and a parent. I guess those are the same thing, huh? But it means a lot to me that so many people read my blog. I write every week, at least once, and so many people log onto the blog, Gadfly on the Wall blog.com, and they read what I write. I wrote this book also called Gadfly on the Wall, makes it easier to remember. And when Denny Taylor first agreed to publish this book for Garn Press, thank you, um, I was just floored to even have that opportunity. It's always been, um, something like a bucket list kind of thing to write a book. Um, and I got one. And when I first published it, I thought, who's going to read this? My mom, my dad, that's about it. But literally, hundreds of people have bought this book. I've gotten so much communication back and forth from readers about the book. Just today, I was on Amazon.com site and I was reading through the reviews. And yeah, there were some people who say I'm a total idiot. But so many people were very positive about this book, saying incredibly positive things about how this had affirmed what their own experiences as parents and teachers um, and school board members and professors of education and just, citizens of the United States of America. Um, so that means a lot to me. It really does. It sounds corny to say that, but I want you to understand that you are very important to me. Um, this week at school, one of the things the teachers do is we get together every Friday and we try to talk or show a video or something that's going to be inspiring to each other before we start our day. And this week, the video we showed or that was shown um, was the famous TED Talk about the first follower. You've probably seen this. But the idea goes basically like this, that it's not the person who comes up with the idea that's even as important as the first follower, the first person who takes that idea and is brave enough to follow it, and how important it is for the person who comes up with the idea to embrace the first follower as an equal. And that helps, start a movement. Um, I feel like it's an area that I am somewhat lacking. Well, first of all, I doubt, I would not give myself the credit of being a person who comes up with incredibly great ideas. Most of the stuff that I write about on my blog, lots of people are saying this. A lot of people across the country realize that we have real problems with the education system and with systemic racism and prejudice in this country. I am not the first person. I'm not coming up with that. But I am giving my impressions of what's happening based on my experiences. And I think when people come forward and say, yes, I'm seeing that too, I don't feel like I do a strong enough job of embracing them as an equal. A person who I know, who I think does a tremendous job at this is Marla Kilfoyle. Um, when she was executive director of the Badass Teachers Association, she was really instrumental in getting me into the leadership in that group, and she encouraged everyone to take so much ownership of what was happening and to make it a personal crusade. What she did was transformative for me. And she's not the only one, but she is probably the most amazing example of it that I've ever seen in my entire life. So I guess this is my attempt to try to get better at that, to try to let people know that it means a lot to me that you're there, that you're out there, that you're watching this video right now. So that's really all I have to say. Just that, and that we are making a difference. The fact that you're there, I'm out there trying to write stuff. The landscape has changed. It has changed somewhat, some for the negative, but a lot for the positive. People are starting to realize the problems with public education, with school privatization, with standardized testing, with data mining. Just with Time Magazine, the cover of Time Magazine this week, as opposed to some of the ones they've had in the past, this week they have teachers with their stories of how they can't afford to continue in the job. And, in the past we had, a rotten apple with a hammer slamming on it. Or you'd have Michelle Rhee with a broom about to sweep out the garbage teachers. Now it's a lot different. It's a lot different. The public is starting to realize what has happened. You have this new report from AROS about the hundreds of billions of dollars that the federal government has short funded education for decades. We are on the groundswell of a wave of change, potential change in this country, positive potential change. And that's because of you. That is because of you, because you're there and you're doing everything you're doing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for reading my blog. Thank you for buying my book. Thank you for following me on Facebook. Thank you for being there. And have a fantastic Sunday. I'll see you on the blog.